Cool. Thanks for being here. Let's begin. Each beginning together is kind of a sounding of the bell, the morning bell. And allow our feeling awareness kind of open through the centralmost, the deepest depth that we can readily locate. We're going to start off with the hands. So just continue to enjoy each breath. As you inhale, reach the palms out to the sides, lifting, flexing the wrists so fingertips kind of draw up. And then exhaling, reach out through the littlest finger as you curl. Same with the ring, reach out, curl in, middle, reach out, curl in, index, reach out, curl in, thumb, reach out, curl in. Okay. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, open the hands, palms push out to the sides, and spreading the palm and the finger bones. And exhale, reach out, curl in, littlest finger, ring, middle, index, thumb, reach out through the thumb joints, curl in, pull knuckles down. Let's do one more on our own. Big, exaggerated hand movements. And release. We'll switch the cross of legs. All right. So Nadi Shodran, or alternate nostril breathing, just going from inhale to exhale. So you'll select a hand and you can draw down the index and the middle. And close off one nostril very gently. Inhale, so you feel complete. Switch nostrils, exhale. Softening through the arm bones, the elbow, the shoulder. Now, that side that's open, inhale through it. Switch nostrils, exhale. So I'm going roughly a 1-to-1 ratio. If you need a little pulsing or a counting to help you create that metric, feel free to, but let's continue at our own pace. And start to feel the nostrils, the face, where there's opening or closure, and sinus cavities. It might help to leave the eyes a little bit open, as if we're looking at something, we may be less inclined to push our head and our face, so the vision may help us not tilt the head up or down or left or right. You feel for drawing the air, the breath, all the way back into the kind of nasal pharyngeal cavity there. Does the air remain very in front of the nose, like in the vestibule? Feel how you're drawing the air, the breath. Finish this round. And let's do one more. Good. It looks like most of us are complete. So when you're ready, we'll switch the legs to straddle, seated straddle. I'm doing a little eagle variation where I'm just wrapping my one hand in front to the opposite shoulder blade. I'm reaching the other hand to the opposite shoulder blade. So I say eagle variation because for most people this will tend to help them feel that little spread, that gentle little spread across the upper back. Plus I can use my fingertips for some feedback. So connect to breath. Start to feel the breath in the sides of the ribs and then up higher into the armpits. And with your next exhale, turn your entire torso just to the degree that's workable. So I'm kind of pointing my elbows to the right. Keeping weight in both sit bones. I know I could go turn further if I let some of my weight come off my left sit bone, but I'm keeping that left one planted. And on your next exhale, in the direction your elbows point, will fold. Now you can release the arms. The arms and the elbows have just given us a little bit of a help. I'm gonna hang on to my shoulder blades. This feels kind of cool. But if you need more support, you can certainly put one or both hands down. So you may find that you're folding in front of the leg or even very close to the leg. So not everyone will turn all the way, elbows pointing over leg. And inhale, come up. Relax the arms for a moment. Okay. I'm going to just switch the cross. Inhaling to free the lungs. Feel the ribs and the rib muscles. And then on exhale, we'll turn to the left. And keeping the right part of the pelvis grounded. And on this next exhale, start to go, or fold rather, in the direction your elbows point. And you may just fold like a couple of inches. That's perfectly fine. You know, folding without using our hands is an incredible way to find our support for our spine. You know, a lot of just using our hands to catch us on the ground. A lot of that's for if you have back pain. A lot of that's for if we don't have that spinal support. So as long as there's no pain, I encourage you to play with where can you strongly maintain yourself. Just using your intrinsic breathing support. And inhale, we'll come up, we'll unwind, help the legs together, and let's lie on back. So that quality of turn, kind of wrapping the shoulders, spiraling the trunk, increasing that, the taking up of the slack, so to speak. That's really a principle that's in these abdominals. So as we move through these, let's create very much that same principle. Inhale as we elevate the head and the shoulder blades up just slightly. Okay. And slightly curl the tailbone. Exhale as you reach out through the left leg. I'm doing a lot of that same turning of the trunk to the right. It's kind of winding the trunk up, unifying it, connecting it. Draw the low belly down. My left pelvis is on the ground. Inhale, come back centrally. Curl tailbone as I exhale the right leg straight with my elbows, kind of turning, reaching toward the left thigh. It's just a slight spiraling of the trunk. Draw the low belly down. Inhale, bend knee. Curl tailbone, exhale as the left leg reaches. I'm spiraling the trunk with my elbows, with my lungs. I'm turning toward the right thigh. Draw the low belly down. Inhale, come back centrally. Curl tailbone. And as you exhale the right leg out, feel that spiraling turning of the trunk toward the left thigh. So in other words, I'm not just dropping my left elbow or my shoulder blade. I'm not rolling flaccidly from side to side. Inhale back to center. And let's do 3 more. Let's do those at our own pace. That'd be 3 more on each side. And again, it's not a crunch. I'm not trying to go nearer to the thigh. I'm just turning the dial, the trunk, whole trunk turns. Pelvis remains on ground. So you can turn the trunk, Brett. Yep, with both elbows. Both elbows reach same direction, yeah. So the elbows reaching is just like eagle. It's just like touching the shoulder blades. The elbows, the way they are right here, to me, it's about the shoulder blade and the chest, the chest to hip, this kind of spiraling ribbon of turning to the left, turning to the right. And let's do one thing. This is a slight departure from our usual, but it fits in with abdominals. So if you turn to a side and press yourself to your forearms and your belly so we can have tummy time. And let's just imagine we're toddlers and we're on the brink of crawling. So bear with me here. So one, I could bend my left leg toward my left elbow. I just want to get some basics here. Making sure that the back feels good with all this. And I could also draw my right knee toward my right elbow. It's almost like a half of a frog, if you can kind of feel that. Okay? I'll just do that a couple more times just to help out the back. So I can slide or draw my left knee toward my left elbow. And straighten it back behind you. And I can draw the right knee toward the right elbow. Now let's presume all of that feels okay in your back and your sacrum. So let's draw my left knee toward my left elbow. And now with your forearms, with your thigh, your inner thigh, and all your leg parts, that next move to crawl, as if you're going to get up on your knees. You don't have to get up on your knees. Just start to feel the belly, the pelvis, kind of being plucked off the ground. So you kind of feel that motion and just relax it back down. I'll switch sides, straighten the left leg. Draw the right knee toward the right elbow. Okay, now if I was just on the brink of crawling, feel what your arms are doing, kind of embracing the ground. The leg, the right bent leg is embracing the ground. I'm kind of tweezing all of my thigh and forearms towards some naval center. And my pelvis starts to raise up. My pelvis, my abdomen start to pluck up. Let's just do one more on each side. And this is so I can see you. I just draw one knee toward elbow. And then feel what occurs. Some of you are trying to get yoga and clever. No, you have to squeeze with the legs too. Yeah. So I'm squeezing with that inner bent leg. So it really helps to approach this from toddler viewpoint than adult athlete viewpoint. But what I want you to feel, and you can rest, is how the forearms and the legs are kind of embracing the ground. And in that embracing, that kind of, I often use the word tweezing, something kind of girdles and brings the abdomen off the ground, brings the pelvis off the ground. So if you get that, lie on your back, frog, inhale, the head and the shoulders just slightly off the ground. Exhaling, tailbone curls. Go ahead and tweeze. Tweeze, bring all of your elbows, all of your thigh bones, like you're embracing the ground. You're not moving anything, but embrace. Feel how the whole front of the body engages, kind of plucks the tailbone off the ground, draw the low belly down. And then inhale, there's a slight relax. And then exhale, I can kind of tweeze my right elbow toward my left thigh, my left elbow toward my right thigh. Pull low belly down. Okay. Do just a couple more. Inhaling. And then exhale. Without moving your elbows, without moving your thighs, just embrace that imaginary ground and feel how the abdominals kind of pluck, right? It kind of plucks the tailbone away from the ground. Draw the low belly down. Let's do a few more, 2 more. If this hugging action with the arms and the legs feels confusing, just get outside, get yourself a tree and look goofy hugging it. But that's really it. It's like climbing a telephone pole. It's riding a horse. It's hugging a tree. It's uh-huh. All right. There you go. When you help your legs together, let's set the feet down for bridge. Feet hip width apart, heels fingertip distance away. I've got a block nearby just in case. And moving in your exhale. And tailbone lifts, the low back lifts. So that kind of plucking, embracing action that gathers the front of the body, that structures and gathers and kind of creates a unit of torso, supports my back in bridge. So with my inner legs, I can imagine and feel for embracing the space right between them. I'll take one leg up at a time. Right foot grounded. Okay, now before I lift the left foot, take careful observation of your neck and your shoulder. If you're going to feel additional weight or pressure anywhere in the upper body, can you feel that it's kind of transmitted through your left shoulder blade more so than the back of your head? Lift the left leg. Raise it up. You may feel weight in both shoulder blades or a little more in the left shoulder blade, but the neck is free. And we'll switch sides, setting the left foot down. Now, when left foot feels grounded, we'll just pause as you prepare, as you intend to raise the right foot or lift the right foot. Just feel where the weight goes with the upper body. Is there pressure being transmitted in the head? If so, just pause, reset, refresh. So you're feeling the pressure in either both shoulder blades, maybe the right one. Of course, we're all wired a little different. But just so you feel that you didn't have to drive with the neck to elevate your leg. And set the right foot down. Remove the block. Begin our descent out of bridge. All right. Cool. Let's turn onto a side so we can set up dolphin. So our dolphin has that kind of gathering toward the midline, that embracing that structures the front of the body. This gives me support. So the import of tweezing the elbows is, right, if they splay out, I lose my embrace, right? So elbows under shoulders, and feel that embrace. You're tweezing, hugging. You feel that all through the trunk. And if you don't feel it in the navel area, just momentarily squeeze the knees toward one another. Don't move them, but like you've got something between your legs and you're squeezing. And feel how that starts to engage that navel area and the abdomen all the way up under the ribs. Good. On exhale, we'll press the knees up. Keep gathering. There's a tendency in a lot of us present, to allow the solar plexus to droop. So kind of gathering toward the solar plexus. Yep, that's it. That's it, Marissa. I hope you can feel that, Marissa. I think what I'm seeing is that mid-spine has a lot more support. And this might be kind of brutal at first in the sense that those low ribs, they get drawn in, they get girdled in, knitted. So the bottom of your lungs and your diaphragm and your stomach have support. They have support on the front side. There we go. Great. That's plenty. Let's set the knees down. Okay. We will do a little wall work. So we'll be working downward dog on the wall or dolphin on the wall. I'm going to choose dolphin, but I just want to give you an option or two. And of course, when we set that up, our feet close to wall, our elbows under shoulders. Now you could do this palms up or palms down. I'm going to go palms down today. All of that tweezing in effect. And we exhale the knees up. And we step the legs up. Maybe about 6 breaths. And you can still tweeze with your inner legs. It's kind of knitting the front 2 quadrants of the pelvic floor. So if you're still tracking with the pelvic floor, I know we did a whole bunch of that recently. Kind of relaxing the back 2 quadrants of pelvic floor and using those inner legs, tweezing in, letting the front 2 quadrants of the pelvic floor become involved, active. That's it, breath, that's it. Wow, it's like legs help us get light. That's so cool. Just about 6 or so breaths, we don't have to overdo anything. And then once we help ourselves down, we'll stand at the top of mat. Inhaling. Lifting. Yes, I'm kind of embracing arm toward arm. Exhale, fold. Relaxing between the sit bones. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Hands to ground, exhale, right foot back. So here, I'm kind of engaging the inner parts of my legs. I'm pulling my palms toward one another. So, I'm still using that embrace toward my middle. Cobra, inhale. I find that if I use a little embrace, every upward move has this buoyancy and this support. It's really, I hope it's a game changer. Exhale, downward dog. If I tweeze my thumbs and my palms toward one another, my trunk, that's that crawl move, kind of plucks off the ground. Inhale the left foot forward, lunge. As I tweeze my inner legs, as I draw my embrace bicep to bicep, the whole front side of my body knits. You may feel like you're just automatically, you're like on the brink of whoop. That's the best noise that fits that move. It's just kind of that whoop. That's it. Hands to ground, exhale, right foot forward, fold. This is the power of pelvic floor. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart. I'll do another inhale, reaching arms up. The wrap kind of helps turn on the front of the body so I can lift taller. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back. Again, if my inner thighs are kind of drawing toward the middle, if my arms are embracing and compressing the air, my whole front of body, my pelvic floor is, I feel like an inch taller perhaps. Hands to ground, exhale, left leg back. Again, tweezing the thumbs toward one another, the inner legs toward one another, lowering with tremendous support. Cobra. Inhale. If I tweeze the thumbs, can you feel how the heart is supported? Right? Exhale, lower down. Downward dog is another of these plucking moves. I'm tweezing palm to palm. And the pelvis and the abdomen just lift right up. Lunge, inhale, the right foot forward, left side. Hands to ground, exhale, step forward, fold. Relaxing between the sit bones, those would be the back quadrants of the pelvic floor. Inhale, stand. And exhaling, hands to heart. Chair. Inhaling, bend knees, reach arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Monkey. If the hands are on the ground, push. Feel that spreading across the upper shoulder blade. Step or lightly jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Of course, you can choose cobra. Push the shoulders away from the neck. Push them down. Exhaling, downward dog. Use those chest muscles. Now let's move into warrior two. Inhale, left foot forward. So left heel bisects that right instep. Yes, now I can kind of let go of all of that hugging and Let's though revisit, just so you can feel the upper back. Hands touch the shoulder blade across the body. Right hand touch left shoulder blade. This is left hand reach across front of body, touch right shoulder blade. And as you nudge the elbows forward, okay, good. So you can feel that spreading, I hope. Unwind the arms and place your palms together about heart level. Okay. On your exhale, push palm into palm until your chest muscles turn on. Good. Good. Release the palms. Inhale. Switch the hands, like just still palm to palm, but just flip them. Heart level, exhale, push palm to palm. Now feel what happens in the groin and the hip. Good, release. Inhale the arms out to the side. Reverse warrior. Exhale the right hand to the right thigh, the left arm reach up. And inhale, take that left arm up. Relax the arms down in front of you. Just let the shoulders rest. Let them release. Let the elbows release. Let the wrists and the fingertips release. So we're going to do that on the other side. It's kind of stimulating a lot of these arm lines. Inhale, hands to ground around the left foot. When I exhale, stepping the left foot back. Kind of pulling palm toward palm, thumb tip toward thumb tip, inner leg toward inner leg, lowering. Feel that girdle of support around the solar plexus. Cobra or upward dog. Inhale, come on up. There's a girdle of abdominal support. I'm not letting my belly go. I'm actually girdling it. I'm using all of that embrace. Exhaling, downward dog. You'll know that embrace, that girdling is kicking on when you just kind of zippy. You'll feel the press to downward dog gets really zippy and light. Inhale the right foot forward, warrior two. Okay, just do a little reminder. Hands to shoulder blades. It's like eagle. And as you reach the elbows forward, you feel the shoulder blades, the upper back changes tone a little bit. So I can stimulate some of that solar plexus girdling when my elbows reach forward, when my hands reach forward. Eagle, reaching, elbows reaching forward, shoulder blades wrapping. All of that has to do with this front of body containment, creating an entity that remains a boundaried entity. Palm to palm, heart level. So this will stimulate a lot of chest activity and maybe even some abdominal. Inhale. And as you exhale, push palm to palm and just notice what happens in the pelvis. Notice what happens around the navel, the pubic bone. Good. I'm going to release that. I'm just going to sweep my fingers the other way. So I'm just getting a non-dominant hand position. And then exhale, push palm to palm. Feel what happens through the front of the body, the navel, around the hip. Some of you may feel like you can go a little further in the stance. That's cool. Inhale, arms out to the side. So what you felt through the front of the body as you pressed, there's no reason we can't access that in reverse warrior. Left hand to left leg. Right arm reaches up. Now it's just an echo. It's just an echo of, okay. And if you really can't feel the front of body support, okay, you can just for a moment push palm against palm and then reset your hands to leg and overhead. Inhale that right arm up and over. Allow the arms to hang down and actively, consciously feel for relaxing the shoulders down. Relaxing through the elbow joints. Feeling the wrist bones hanging down from the center of the shoulder blade. The middle finger relaxing down from that wrist bone. Okay, inhale, bring the hands to the ground around the right foot. Exhale, step back for chaturanga. So I'm plucking, I'm tweezing everything towards solar plexus, center, navel radiation. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward dog. All right, we're going to complete this sun. Inhale, step or lightly jump the feet forward. Monkey, if your hands are on the ground, you may straighten the arms, softening the neck, tweezing thumb toward thumb. Okay. Exhaling, fold. All right, chair pose, bend knees. Inhale as the arms reach up. Tailbone slightly shifts down. Stand, exhaling, hands to heart. Let's have a seat. We'll do a little bit of a palate cleansing pose before Shavasana. Dandasana. So Dandasana, it's helpful if you can issue some pressure through your hands. The hands are beside the hips. If you have longer arms, you may have to set them back ever so slightly, but we'll try by the hips first. My legs are strong, so they're engaged, my toes pointing up. I can get an active foot. Okay. Head over pelvis, and I'm pushing, palms straight down. Now, a few things as I push down, go tweezing thumb toward thumb, palm toward palm. Okay, I'm not hanging the head forward. Keep the head over the torso. You can do a little chin tuck. Now my arms are just that right length, so as I push right beside my hips, I create a little dose of traction. So there's some lightness. I'm hanging my sit bones down. Deepening and expanding the breath as you keep sending the shoulders down. Straighten the arms if you can, strongly straightened arms. So this is that pose, and you can rest. That might precede pressing off the ground and, elephant and those drawbacks where you start to navigate the feet behind you. So this is a beautiful, beautiful place to get comfortable. Take rest. Let's do Shavasana. I think that we did a bunch of little things to kind of excite and engage the front of the body, from the hands through the chest to the solar plexus, to the navel, to the low abdomen and the inner hip, the inner thigh, to the inner knee, to the big toe. And now you can feel this entire front line, or these front regions of the body, softening. You'll feel the finger joints. A little release occurs between each set of finger joints. Feel a release through the wrist joints. Feel a release or a softening through the elbow joints. The front of the shoulder, chest, sternum, muscles attach here, joints are here. Heart and thymus are here. Feel the area beneath the sternum. A little soft, triangular area between the ribs under the sternum. Feel that area, the solar plexus, soften. Feeling the abdominal wall soften. The navel. Soften around the pubic disc, the joint. Between those two pubic halves, the bone in the front. That's a joint right there in the middle. Inner thighs soften and relax. Inner knees. Those deep inner calves. Softening, relaxing, releasing through the ankle. Releasing the big toe joint. Releasing the big toe joint a little bit more. And then just issue a little wiggle in the big toe. And when you're ready, bend knees. Turn to a side and use your palms. Press up. Thank you all. Namaste.
Okay, excellent.